Hi there, this is Ranjit and I have this Samsung Galaxy E7 with me and we'll be doing the unboxing and I'll give you my first hands-on impressions with this device. I also have the Galaxy E5 which is a little brother to this one. This sports a slightly, 5-inch screen. This sports a 5.5-inch screen. And again, I don't like this color of packaging that Samsung is using with this new devices. I prefer the earlier packaging, but it was much more pleasing to the eyes. And regarding specs, this sports sort of mid-range processor, that's the Snapdragon 410. And before we proceed, let me actually talk about the pricing. As you can see, the price quoted here on the box is 24,000, but this product is available in local stores for around 20,000 or so. Here, if you see on the back, it gives us slight information that it sports a Super AMOLED screen, and it also has enhanced selfie. The front-facing camera is actually a 5-megapixel shooter. The good thing with this device is that it has 2 gigs of RAM and has 16 gigs of internal storage, so that's good. And this is the white color variant that we have, and I would say it sort of falls in the phablet category because it sports that 5.5-inch screen. We'll come back to this device a bit later. We also do get headphones with this one, and these are in-ear style headphones, and we also have buttons here to adjust the volume and to take or end call, so that's nice. We also have a SIM ejector tool. You have to use this to insert the SIM. One thing to note is that the battery on these E-series devices is not user replaceable, so the battery is sort of sealed inside. And we have the warranty info, etc. And this is the power brick, and it's a 2 amp power brick. We have the micro USB to USB cable and some extra ear tips. So this is what we get in the box. So let me put these things to the side and let's look at the handset itself. So here we have the handset itself. Let me actually show you the back. Again, the thing with this A-series device, this is the A-series devices are actually entirely made up of metal, but on this E-series, just the back is metal. But one thing to note is that though it's a dual SIM device, duos, but you can add your regular one SIM, but for the second one you have to decide between the SIM or the micro SD card. So you got to decide that. That is what I'm seeing with these devices. So back is not user replaceable. You can't open the back, and the rear facing camera is a 13 megapixel shooter. And let's open this up. And let's power on this device. This will be the first boot for this device. And as I mentioned earlier, the street pricing is around 20,000 for this one. And it sports a Super AMOLED screen, which is a 720p HD screen. By the time it boots, let me give you a physical overview. On the top, we have a secondary noise cancellation mic over here. And this is the power on off button. These are the slots for the SIM or the micro SD card. This is for the primary SIM. And on the bottom we have the main microphone. The 3.5mm headphone jack is at the bottom. The micro USB slot that will be used for charging this device. And here we have the volume rocker. One thing I noticed is that the design is a little bit tapered here at the bottom, so it looks actually pretty cool. And let me just quickly set this up and we'll continue. And it quickly connected to my Wi-Fi network, but one thing to note is that it does not support the 5 GHz band, only the 2.4 GHz band. And let's just move, we'll just agree to this. We'll add a Google account later on, and if I sound a little bit weird, I'm not that well, so just bear with me. So the setup is also almost done now, and we should be done. And this is the first boot. Let me adjust the brightness. Oops, outdoor mode it says. So surprising to see that we don't have auto brightness on this. We'll look at that in the settings. So that's very surprising and annoying, I would say, if it does not have the auto brightness setting. But let's look, and looks like not. Yeah, on the left we have that flip board. If you go over there, let's just get out of this and let's look at the settings. Again, we have this panel. I'll use it as tab view, and we'll just go to system and about the device. And as you can see, it's running on the Android version 4.4.4, which is KitKat. So let's go back and let's also look at the display settings and power saving. We have the ultra power saving mode, so that's nice. But let's go to display, and in brightness, yes, we don't have any auto brightness sensor on this device. So I don't know what is Samsung thinking. You make a very good device, but you don't even have auto brightness sensor. I just don't get what Samsung does these days. We have that smart state, but we don't have auto brightness sensor. So weird, I would say. Let's see if we have this 2-finger gesture, and yes, we have that. And as you can see, we also have the side key panel, and the private mode and touch sensitivity is also there. So we do get a lot of modes there. And let's just go back and let's look at the storage now. The device comes with 16 gigs of internal storage, and we can add a micro SD card. We haven't added anything yet. And out of that 16 gigs, we get 11.2 gigabytes of space that is available to us. So you can add a micro SD card instead of the second SIM on this device. Let's just go back and let's look at the apps. So looks like yeah, Flipboard is there, and we also have the FM radio, so that's good to see. And we have the Studio app. Apart from that, we don't have a lot of bloatware, so that's good to see. And let's fire up the web browser, and let's go into the Samsung's website. And this is the default keyboard that we get, and we have a number row. And again, it's loaded the mobile variant. Let's just go to the desktop mode. Again, as you can see, it loaded it pretty quickly. Under the hood, it's a mid-range processor, but it's a pretty decent processor. It's the Snapdragon 410 chipset that is clocked at 1.2 gigahertz. And as you can see, pinch to zoom was fine. And let's just open up one of the stories like this. Again, as you notice, it's loading it fairly quickly. And the screen quality is also pretty good. It's a Super AMOLED screen, hence the viewing angles are also really nice, as you can see. And it's pretty crisp, though it's 720p HD. And the screen quality is pretty decent, I would say. So let's just go back. And we have the multitasking tray over here. And we can just swipe away the apps like this or move around. And we can go to the task manager and we can end everything. Let's end everything. And out of that 2 gigs, we have just about 840 MB available to us. And Samsung has improved TouchWiz with this new launcher, but I don't like this Flipboard. It does take a lot of resources. I generally like to disable it. You can easily do that. You just click here and you can go to the home screen settings and just uncheck this. Also, one new thing that I'm noticing with the new Samsung devices is that now we have theme support. So you can easily just change the theme. For example, let's apply this natural theme, and it changes actually everything. And as you can see, now it has changed everything. The icons, everything have been changed. So we are getting this, and I think so we will get this even in the Galaxy S6. It's surprising to see this included in this E-series devices. Let's just go back. Now, if we talk about the hardware specs on this device, it sports a 5.5-inch 720p HD screen. It's powered by the Snapdragon 410 chipset, which is a quad-core processor clocked at 1.2 GHz, powered by the Adreno 306 GPU, 2 gigs of RAM, 16 GB of internal storage, micro SD card slot up to 64 GB is supported. The rear-facing camera is a 13-megapixel shooter, and the front-facing camera is a 5-megapixel shooter. The battery is a 2950 mAh battery. And regarding the battery, as I mentioned earlier, the back cannot be opened, so the battery is not user replaceable. So what do you think, guys, about this non-replaceable batteries on these new Samsung devices? So anyways, let's also look at the camera really quickly on this device. And let me just bring in some objects. The rear-facing camera is supposed to be a 13-megapixel shooter. And we have these modes: auto, raise selfie, panorama, night mode. And we can also download other modes from the Samsung store. And as you can see, it takes about half a second to focus, but if you just click it also, it is taking the snaps pretty quickly. Let's look at the snaps. The A series A5 also, which I tested, actually had very good, as you can see, I did not use the tap to focus, hence these pictures were a little bit blurry to my liking. But initial photographs, I used the tap to focus, and as you can see, this one, these came out to be really sharp. So it's a good idea to use the tap to focus to get better pictures. But again, I will be testing the camera a lot more in my full review with this device. So that's it for now for this very quick unboxing and first look at the Samsung Galaxy E7. I'll also be doing the unboxing for the Galaxy E5 very soon on my channel. So if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit and I hope to see you in my next video.